Welcome to this revision program. Remember to subscribe to Shifting Grades and to share the link with your friends. We're going to consider the Arise and Shine Trial Examination 2022 Mathematics Paper 1, number 6 of the paper. Let me get to number 6. The question is telling us in number 6 that we have a bus traveling at a speed of 63 kilometers per hour, left a station at 8:15 a.m. A car left the same station at 9 a.m. and caught up with the bus at 10:45 a.m. Find the average speed of the car. Find the average speed of the car. Therefore, what we're going to solve here is, first of all, we can get relative time. Remember, there is what we call relative time, there is what we call relative distance, and there is what we call relative speed. Relative distance is the distance between two particles or two moving bodies at any given time, which means by 9 a.m. when the car was starting, the bus had already traveled for 1 hour. When we subtract 9 and 8:15, it is actually just 45 minutes, which is 3/4 of an hour. So the bus had already traveled for 3/4 of an hour before the car started, which means there is a distance the bus had already covered. So relative distance is the distance between the two vehicles at 9 a.m. when the car was starting, and we will take 3/4 of an hour times the speed of the bus, which is 63, and this is going to give us 63 by 3, then we divide by 4. This is going to give us 47.25 kilometers. This is the distance which was between the two vehicles. Now, if that was the distance between the two vehicles, then we can get, that is now the relative distance. We can get the relative time, the time taken for that distance to be narrowed down, or rather to be covered by the car. So relative time is going to be the time they caught up minus the time they started following one another. And this is going to be 45 minutes, and this is going to be 1 hour. So 1 hour 45 minutes, 1 hour and 3/4. This is going to be 7 out of 4. So 7 out of 4 hours. Rather, 1 hour and 3/4 is the relative time, the time that the car took to narrow down 47.25, or rather to cover the relative distance. So we have relative time, the time taken to cover relative distance, which means we can get relative speed. And relative speed is the speed at which relative distance is covered. Remember, speed is distance out of time. Speed is distance out of time. Therefore, we're going to have a distance of 47.25 divided by 7/4. Divided by 7/4. So when we divide this by 7 out of 4, we're going to get exactly 27 kilometers per hour. This one is the relative speed. Now, when two vehicles are following one another, or when two vehicles are going to the same direction, we usually say that relative speed is the difference between the two speeds. Therefore, when we take the speed of the car, because the car is faster, let's say the speed is x, and we subtract the speed of the bus, which is already 63, we are supposed to get the relative speed, which is 27 kilometers per hour. Therefore, to remain with x, the relative speed, the average speed of the car, we're going to take 63 and we add 27, so that we get exactly 90 kilometers per hour.